Good morning and welcome to Tea Time with Tanya. I'm Tanya. How you doing today? Today is January 23rd, 2023. It is 1-2-3-2-3. And I want to say happy birthday to my big sister Wani Wans, and my little brother Jason. I love you. I love you. I love you. Happy birthday, y'all. Happy birthday. All right. Let's start today off with a blessing. Dear universe, dear creator, dear spirit guides, please give us, the collective, a blessing for this day, for this Monday, the 23rd. Oh, here we go. We get blessings from your soul. You are a radiant being with many unique talents. Look with eyes of love and you will see this. Feel the creative power within you and the blessings pouring in as the healing light of your soul flows into every part of you. Namaste. Okay, I stumbled on that a little bit, so let me read that again. Blessings from your soul. You are a radiant being with many unique talents. Look with eyes of love and you will see this. Feel the creative power within you and the blessings pouring in as the healing light of your soul flows into every part of you. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Good morning, y'all. Okay, as you can see, I am not home. I am traveling, and it is absolutely wonderful. So I, unfortunately, as we all do when we're traveling, forget some of the most important things we need to do, things that we do. So y'all bear with me. We're going to get through this with what we have. I forgot all of my my show notes at home, so I had to write out new questions, and I'm so glad that y'all are y'all, because you guys gave me 3 pages of new questions. Thank you. So let's go ahead and get this started. My first question is from Shay Shay. Shay Shay would like to know, will Jack Smith be able to take 45 down, or is he being prevented from completion? Is all of this just for show? So this is a good question. Universe creator, spirit guides, please answer these questions. Answer these questions as truthfully. Don't give us any maybe. Give us concise yes or no's. Will Jack Smith be able to actually take 45 down? Will Jack Smith be able to take 45 down? First thing I want to say, guys, is just remember, okay, always, the first thing, when you wake up in the morning, disassociate yourself from the news. Do not wake up and put your feet on the floor and the first thing you do is turn on MSNBC to see if Henny Penny the sky is falling. Don't do that to yourself, okay? The way that we change what's going on in our world is to change what's going on within ourselves. And if we can abstain from feeding the media beast upon our awakening, we will start to change the world. The more and more you disassociate yourself from the mainstream media, the better you're going to be. But let's go ahead and ask this question. Will Jack Smith be able to take 45 down, or is he being prevented? There we go. We got a great big we got the biggest yes in the deck, y'all. Yes. Jack Smith is going to be able to do his job. Merrick Garland picked Jack Smith because Merrick Garland can't do his job. So all this time that we just thought that he was just being slow and concise, nah, he was being chased by the Federalist Society. But we can say, well, no, because a coward is a coward is a coward. And I don't care who you're being chased by. 45 is a clear and present danger. And every day that we allow this man to walk free, untethered, unfettered, is a day that this country is slowly dying. But this is the powers that be. And watch what the GOP does, guys. These guys talk out of both sides of their neck every doggone day. Today they're saying, oh no, we're not backing 45. He's not our guy. But doggone it, don't try to get him for none of the crimes that he did, because we're still going to stand there and say that's wrong. They are talking out of both sides of their neck, and they're saying absolutely nothing. Do not fall victim to this game, guys. Okay, so Terrell has told us Jack Smith is going to be able to be effective. With that known, let's just take that and believe it, okay? Next question. Is the energy still pointing towards a woman taking him down? This is still Shay Shay's question. Is there any energy? We got Letitia James. We've got our old girl down in Georgia, Fonnie Willis. So here, let's ask it this way. Since we've got 3 very good prosecutors on the job, and 2 of them being women of color who have affected the most, who have put people in jail. Nobody else has done anything to this regime except for Fonnie and our old girl in New York. So, is the energy still pointing towards a woman being the one to, I don't know, put the final nail in his coffin? Here we go. Here we go. We got the star. And guys, when I used to say that was a maybe, it is a yes. So yes, the energy is still there. Guys, it could be a concerted effort. Shay, it could be a concerted effort. Maybe all of these energies need to link together so that they can affect change within the DOJ, all right? My next question is from Pam Cakes. Oh, this is a good one. This is an important one because we've talked about reparations before, because Governor Newsom and the governor of New York have been floating around reparations for descendants of enslaved Americans, enslaved African Americans. Okay? Reparations, since every other group of people whom the United States has harmed has received some type of compensation. Even if it wasn't great, they received something. The only group of people in America that has not received any form of reparation, the largest group of people that were mishandled, murdered, enslaved, and still continuously to this day degraded, have not received any form of reparation. Will there be reparation for black people in America? And the second part of this question is, does it involve California? Because, guys, I kind of feel that this is a huge setup for us. Okay, here we go. Will there be reparations for descendants of African enslaved people? Yes. Got the Ace of Swords. But here we go, guys. This Ace of Swords, it's got the crown on it. But just remember, swords cut both ways. So, and anytime the government wants to give somebody something, believe there's a caveat, okay? Believe that there's something more to it. I'm going to ask this question on my own. Does the reparations involve relocating people of African American descent to the state of California? Does the reparations that the United States is considering for descendants of African slaves, the state of California. There it is. And guys, I asked this question for a reason. Everything that's going on in California, the flooding, the water, all of our homeless brothers and sisters miraculously disappearing. Yeah. All the building that's going on right here in Nevada, all the building that's going on in Arizona. If you have never seen the beginning of a great relocation, you are seeing one now, guys. Pay attention to what's going on. All this flooding, all these houses have been flooded out. You had weeks of flooding. These buildings are not going to be salvageable. Mold, vermin is going to creep in. Dry rot, everything. What's going to happen? And this is my theory, guys. This is only my theory. So this is what I think the powers that be are planning. I believe that all of this stuff that's going on right now with the state of California, the wildfires, everything, this is them changing the landscape. Gonna move Hollywood. I feel Hollywood is gonna go completely out of California, relocate elsewhere. And I believe that the United States is going to make California the African formerly enslaved reservation for black people in America. But that's just that's just what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking that because when the change hits, California is going to be the first state that suffers the most catastrophic, cataclysmic damage. And just knowing how our government works, the ones that they don't want here the most, who are they going to put in front of that great big tidal wave? Us. All right. But that's just my theory. That's just my theory. All right. There you go, Pam Cakes. The tarot says that there will be reparations for the descendants of formerly enslaved Africans. Okay. Next thing I'm going to talk about, because this goes hand in hand. This is white fear. And this is what the mainstream media is pushing. And this is the them against us scenario. Okay? This white fear, the when a black person moves into the neighborhood. This happened back basically as soon as black people were emancipated and they started throwing up these Jim Crow laws. When black people had the freedom to move across the United States, white fear was installed. This isn't something that people were afraid of. Why would they be afraid of us? Black people got kicked out of the only place that they knew where they were being horribly treated. Turned out. Gates open, told to get out. Don't care where you go, but you can't stay here. Didn't have a penny to their name. Only thing they owned was the clothes on their back. And the only thing they had was their families. These people were turned out. They were walking down the roads in droves. I need for people to understand what emancipation in America looked like. You have a whole bunch of confused black Americans who have just been thrown out of the only home that they knew and told, you're free now. You're free. Go make a life in this country. These people who have never been allowed to travel before are now walking down streets with no roads, with no clue as to where to go, what to do, where to stop and eat. And guess what? What happened? Because this is what Jim Crow is. So you had all these blacks walking down the street, hungry, tired, just turned out. What are they doing? Looks like our homeless population right now, guys. Everything is cyclic. So you have a whole group of formerly housed people who now have no place to go, have no job, because they used to work for this guy, but now they don't work for him anymore. He said, you're free. What does freedom mean to somebody who was born into slavery? Where are you supposed to go? when the country that just told you you're free hates you, hates the very sight of you? What do you do when you cannot blend into society, specifically because you don't blend in with people who don't look like you? Therefore, you stick out like a sore thumb. And then those people who don't look like you make laws to make it illegal for you to stop and rest. Make it illegal for you to get caught after dark in this town. You will be killed. Lynching was legal. The song Strange Fruit was about black bodies hanging by the highways. The police force was formed to catch slaves. That's what its intention was. It has never changed. The police force was put here to keep black bodies subservient. Period. Okay? This is the one thing that everybody must know. Because we didn't have police before. We had sheriffs. Sheriffs are elected. Police are not. Police were put here for one reason only. As slave catchers with guns who didn't have to follow the rules. And that is the exact same thing that is going on right now. Learn your history. Know what's going on. Know what's going on. Understand the racism in this country. Understand what this country was based on. I'm talking about white fear right now. And I'm talking about who was afraid of who. Why did the white folks have to be afraid of the black folks? The black folks had never done anything to the white folks. Okay? Sorry about that. We had worked, raised the children, nursed the children, worked the farm, did everything we was told to do. Then we was told, okay, you ain't no longer needed, get out. And we had no place to go. And the same people who we was working for now hated us. And they had guns. We didn't have guns. We was barefooted with half dressed walking down the road. They had guns and ropes and tried to kill as many of us as they could. And that is still going on today. So I'm going to get off of that. But that's the history lesson for today. And that's where this so quote unquote white fear comes from. Because that white fear, guys, you want to know what that really is? White fear is the fear that black people will one day turn around and start treating white people like white people have treated black people. That is what white fear is. That is exactly what white fear is. And because it has never happened, everyone it is plain as day. We were never the violent ones. We were never out there killing white folks. Nah, but white folks are going to tell you that's what we did. White folks are going to say, no, it's all black on black crime. And this is the narrative that is pushed. Oh, the black people just kill each other willy-nilly. Yeah, when everything is happening in one neighborhood and everybody in that neighborhood is the same color, when people kill each other, yeah, it's going to tend to be that way. But what they don't say is white on white crime, because it's the same. This is words, and this is how they twist everything, the narrative on everything. And guys, for all of my Caucasian viewers, I am not picking on you. Because if you're watching me, I know you are not the people who I am speaking, okay? And you are not who I am referencing, okay? All right. And this is the one thing. These are labels that have been put on us. Every other group of people has an identity, okay? Every other group has an identity. Black people got a color. They just want to call us black. And then they want to call white people white. But everybody has an identity, okay? Asian Americans, Latin Americans, and then we can choose African Americans. But they want to reduce us to a color. And then they want to pit us against each other. So just be aware of the game. Understand the game, guys. Once we know what we're up against, then we can fight the good fight. because everything is about the brainwashing, the semantics, the words that they use to turn us against each other. Every day they do it. My next question is from Pam Bodley. This is a good question. This is about Casey Anthony. We're going back decades now. And I think everybody on my channel is of a certain age, and we all remember this case. Did Casey Anthony kill her daughter Kaylee? Let me shuffle these cards. Did Casey Anthony kill her little mini me? Because that baby looked just like her. Did Casey Anthony kill little Kaylee Anthony? If our spirit guides, please speak through me. Yes. Yes, she did. Yes, Casey Anthony killed her daughter. Casey Anthony suffocated her daughter. She suffocated. She caused her not to be able to breathe. And she held her in that position until she was dead. And this is from Kaylee. And all she remembers is that her mother was hurting her. And she could not breathe. And then she was gone. And that's all she remembers. Casey Anthony either choked, suffocated, or drowned, caused that baby to not be able to take in breath, and held her in that position until that baby was dead. Casey Anthony killed her daughter. Okay. My next question is from JL. Is Clarence Thomas or his wife Jenny Thomas, are they the Supreme Court leakers? Is Clarence Thomas or Jenny Thomas the Supreme Court leaker who is leaking information from the Supreme Court? Spirit Guides Tarot, please answer this question. Is Clarence Thomas or his wife Jenny the leakers on the Supreme Court? First card we get is death. That's a no. Then we got the devil. That's two no's back to back. No, it isn't Clarence Thomas, and it isn't Jenny. Guys, this keeps going back to Alito. Judge Alito. And this is his plan. He is the leaker. It's strategic. It's a drip, drip, drip of information. And he has a plan. And he is working a concerted effort with a group of other individuals. So, no, JL. Clarence Thomas isn't the leaker. Samuel Alito is. Okay, my next question is also from JL. JL wants to know, is the military industrialized complex and the World Bank keeping us separated in bondage, keeping us apart from each other? You know, JL wants to know, why are they playing games with our lives? Why are they playing with our lives? It is for control. So, why is the military industrialized complex and the World Bank keeping us in this state of turmoil, keeping us on the razor's edge between us falling into financial catastrophe? It is about control. And guys, they are about to exact another thing. They are making plans for us. And this is about our currency. So the cryptocurrency, what has been going on, that was the test. This whole failure and success of these different cryptocurrencies was a test. That was the test run before the United States Treasury starts to changing American currency. And this is not just American currency, guys. This is worldwide currency. Because when they go to crypto, it is going to have to be. The World Bank is behind this. They're going to change the money. It's like Lord of the Rings, guys. You know, there's 3 rings, but there's one ring that rules them all. And this is what they are trying to do. They are trying to bring it into where one establishment controls everything. They are merging together into this super villain. Oh gosh, what was the name of what was the cartoon back when we were kids? The Legion of Doom. That's it. Where with the Justice League and the Legion of Doom was the bad guys. So the military industrialized complex and the World Bank is the Legion of Doom. And they are doing everything they can to bring us under one umbrella of control by removing all of our liberties and justices, all of the things that protect us, increasing the price of everything, messing with the fuel, messing with what kind of vehicle you're going to be able to drive without having to pay a penalty, paying exorbitant fees for fossil fuels, and then having to go through the whole catastrophe of the electric cars. Because guys, what happens when a lithium battery gets wet? You can no longer use it. So all these people in California especially, whose brand new Teslas and electric cars have been submerged underwater, those cars are totaled. None of them are worth anything. Those lithium batteries can't get wet. They will explode like a freaking bomb, and you don't know when. So guys, if you are out there to buy an electric car, you better do as much research as you can on that car to make sure that it was not in a flood, or as you're putting your life literally in the palms of your own hands. Because if it was in a flood, those lithium batteries will eventually explode. Okay? Whether you're in the car or not, but they will. Because that's what they do. All right? So JL, the why is the military industrial complex and the World Bank keeping us bound? So that they can have complete control over us. This is all going back. This is going to all go back to money. And this is about complete control. And this is worldwide control. It's not going to be one country. It's going to be everybody is being controlled by one entity. All right. This is what they're working to. And they're trying to break our spirit, trying to make us as sad and uncomfortable as we could be. All of this is to keep us nervous, to keep us scared, to keep us fighting against each other, to keep us doing everything but coming together and seeing the big picture. This is chaos. This is organized chaos. All right, there you go, JL. My next question is from Must Be Heard. Is the GOP purposely going to block the budget just to make Biden look bad? And I told you guys already. I already told you. Don't worry about this. They are going to posture and bluster, and they are going to push it right to the brink until they just go ahead and concede. If we stand our ground and not give these, because these are criminals, if we stand our ground and not give them an inch, they will eventually have to do what they should have done all along. They have the majority. They're going to be playing games with our economy. They're going to be playing games with our government. And this is for show. Understand what it is. Don't be afraid. Don't give it energy. Let them shoot themselves in the face. Okay? Because this is what it is. Don't be afraid of these guys. Do not show fear. They're showing how scared they are by the tactics that they're but by the tactics that they're doing. They're showing their fear. Let them. If we stand strong and tall, this is where we need to be silent. Right now is where we just need to look at them like they're crazy and not say a word to them and let them do what they think they're going to do. We need to go ahead and give them enough rope so that they can hang their own doggone selves. All right. Next thing from Must Be Heard. 50 workers were found in a meatpacking plant. Some of them as young as 13 years old. All of them immigrants. All of them working the graveyard shift. And this is what I have to tell you guys. These big companies and all of this lip service about the border, okay, about all these undocumented aliens that are coming in supposedly taking people's jobs. And the people who we never, ever, ever hold accountable for the undocumented aliens coming into the United States to begin with is these big corporations that send double-decker buses down to the border to pick them up and bring them. Pick up the children and bring them. Yeah, come and work. We'll pay you $2 an hour. You work the third shift. Work all night. Work 10 to 6. Dangerous conditions. We're gonna make all the work on your shoulders. And this are the people who they don't want to pay. So these aren't the people who are making the $35 an hour because they're unionized. No. This is how big business gets away from it. All the union guys work the first and second shift. Third shift is going to be all your undocumented people. And they're going to be doing the bulk of the work. Because all the other people are just going to get their straight 8 hours. They're going to go home with their benefits. These brown people who they are paying slave labor, they're going to overwork them, not give them no days off, work their most dangerous jobs. And big business has never had to pay. When is the first time you heard of them going after a big name company for using illegal help? Look at our former freaking fat president. All of his properties, all of them, hired undocumented migrants. All of them. No, they're not doing anything to big business. They punish the migrants for the crimes of the corporations. All right? Look with your eyes. See what's going on. Investigate. Don't just believe what people tell you. And I'm going to keep saying that, including me, guys. I'm human too. But right now, we are being tasked to use all of our discernment. You were taught to read for a reason. Use those skills. Read. Don't just watch television. Don't just watch the news. Don't just listen to what somebody else is telling you. Investigate things for yourself. It is imperative. Because one day you're going to have to make a choice that only you can make. And you are only going to have the information that was already given to you. Know yourself. Know what you want out of life. And know that this is all a game. This is all illusion. And they're trying to just get you to quit, to give up your power, to just concede to the richest, to just assimilate, just become part of the machinery. That is what they are trying to force upon us. All right. Okay, another great question here. Will Alec Baldwin be charged with involuntary manslaughter from that poor lady that got killed on his set? And guys, first thing I have to say, there's prop guys, and there's a reason that there's prop guys. And this whole thing is another distractive. Alec Baldwin was not the prop guy. It was not his job to even check the weapon to see if the bullet in there was real or not. And him being the actor there are laws written for this when they're using prop guns. The person who should have been prosecuted at the outset of this wasn't Baldwin. It should have been the prop manager. It should have been the prop manager and the set designer. Whoever set that stage for that shoot was responsible for that gun. The first check, second check, and third check should have been done by the prop manager and the stage manager. So that's not Alec Baldwin's job, okay? So I'm just going to say this. No, Alec Baldwin is not going to be charged with involuntary manslaughter. If he gets any charges, which I don't think he will, he may have to pay money to her family because of her untimely death. But he is not going to face any criminal charges because of her death, because that was out of his control. There will go to getting other people on the set. This will go on for a while, but it should already be over. This is distractive. This is something to keep people's heads turning. All right? My next question is from Dennis T. Will Biden make gold and silver the standard now that the stock market seems to be creeping back up? No, Denny. No, he's not. They have not changed. The stock market has been in a boom for the last, 10 years? Stock market has been making more money than it ever made, ever. And nobody ever changed the money, the standard back to gold, because they're not going to. And this is, I need everybody to understand this. This is why this is a game. This is why money is illusory. You back stuff by gold. The everyday normal human being doesn't have gold, and gold is very heavy. Okay? Just carrying 1 bar of gold around would be a chore for anybody. I mean, you just don't make pockets to carry a bar of gold around. So if gold became the money, that means everybody would have to deal in gold. It means everybody would have to have gold or be able to make change for gold. That doesn't work. It didn't work then. That's why the rich are in control of everything, because they had the gold. Then they changed the standard to say, well, you can't make change for gold, so let's make this tin money and this paper money, and this is going to be a fraction of this gold, and this is how we're going to divide this wealth, while the richest people just kept their gold. Money is an illusion. Crypto is an illusion. They have to convince you that it is real. Once you realize, once you believe within yourself that money is an illusion, and that how you think about money will change how it operates in your life. If you have a lack thing and you're afraid that you're always going to be short, you're always going to be short. That's the mindset. But if you look at money as it's supposed to be a tool. It's not even a tool. It's an idea, okay? That's why they're trying to get rid of the change money. They are phasing out the money bit by bit by bit. They are brainwashing everybody into, because they're about to change. There's about to be a whole nother reset, guys. They're about to hit the doggone switch. We're going to all come to a screeching halt and go flying into the wall because of inertia. But this is a changing of consciousness. They are doing this systematically. If you exit, if you stop thinking about money as a form of control over you, and just think of it as the tool that it's supposed to be, and think of it as, tell yourself, this is just an idea. This is not real. I'm not bound by this. Change your mindset, and your money will change. Your money and your mindset are intrinsically attached. If you think that you don't have, or that you're going to be broke, you're going to not have, and you're going to be broke. You change your mindset to say, I don't work for money. Money works for me. Watch what happens to your life, okay? When you stop being afraid, stop worshiping the dollar, and start put it in the place that it's supposed to be in, a tool, a means to an end. But not the end all be all, because it's still just an illusion. You can buy stuff with it. You can lose with it. Okay, all the stuff that you buy can be taken away. It's a concept. And it's all about the illusion of whether I have or whether I don't, or whether I am afraid or whether I'm not. And guys, if you have money and you're afraid to spend money, you are treading water. It's supposed to flow. Okay? It's supposed to flow. And if it flows, it will flow back to you. And I'm not telling you, none of y'all, to just go out there and just throw your money in the air to people. What I'm saying is just use it as the tool it is. And don't be afraid to use it. Because when you use it, it will come back. As long as you're not afraid of it. Remember, this is an illusion. All of this is an illusion. Open your eyes. Don't be afraid. Okay? They can take anything from us. But they do all of this to keep us living in fear. All right. There you go, Denny. I hope I answered that question. All right. Here we go. My next question is from Beautiful Girl. Will Phil Washington be confirmed for the FAA, the Flight and Aeronautics and Aerodynamics? That's the ones who are over the air traffic controllers. Will Phil Washington be confirmed as the FAA chair after all of these airport calamities that have been going on? Will Phil Washington be confirmed as the FAA chair? Here we go. Yep, he is going to be confirmed. He is. There's some little things going on about him, some hide the pickle stuff, some stuff that he may have been kind of a shady guy or something, but yeah. Yep, they want him. That's their guy, and he's going to be confirmed. He will be confirmed. Okay. Next question. Oh, this is an awesome question. Has Biden's Secret Service detail been compromised? And I'm going to ask a couple of questions on this one. Has President Biden's Secret Service detail been compromised? Okay, first card is the Hanged Man. We got the Tower. There's a whole lot of problems here, and we got a yes. There it is. Yes. And they have been paid off. Biden's Secret Service detail has been infiltrated. It has been infiltrated. They're already looking at this internally. These guys have been paid off. Okay? This is not good for President Biden. This is really not good for President Biden. The maggots and these right-wing extremists are a clear and present danger to President Biden right now. So I'm going to keep on with this. Is the first family safe? Is President Biden, his wife, safe with the current Secret Service detail that they have? Is President Biden and Jill Biden in danger of their Secret Service detail? Or is President Biden? Yes, he is. Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh my, and we still got it. We got the Tower and we got the world. Yes, President Biden's detail has been compromised. The first family is in danger from the Secret Service, guys, for entertainment purposes only. But if there's anybody who works in the government, doggone it, call somebody. Next question on this. Were the documents left in Biden's offices truly accidental, or were these planted? Were these documents found in Biden's offices, and I did it like this, accidental? Okay, were these, and this goes to the plant part of the question. were the documents found in Biden's offices an accidental oversight? Yes. Yes. Got 2 yeses. So yes and yes. There you go, guys. That was an accidental oversight. There you go. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. How does Biden feel about Merrick Garland? Here's the next question. How is President Biden feeling about Merrick Garland? Okay, guys, I'm getting like nothing. President Biden doesn't, maybe I'm not understanding the question, but I'm feeling that Merrick Garland is doing the job that he was put in to do. I don't think Biden is putting a whole lot of energy or thought into what Merrick Garland is doing. Biden is too busy trying to run the country and save us from this financial collapse that's about to come. Let's see what the cards say. Got the steadfast soldier, the Hierophant. President Biden is thinking about government right now. He is not concerned about, he's not worried about Merrick Garland. He knows Merrick Garland is going to do the job he was put in there to do, or to the best of his ability. That's what this card right here is saying. This is my steadfast soldier, the person who is going to be there doing the work. So there's no animosity there. My last question is from Denny. Josh Shapiro, the Pennsylvania governor, has been saying that he's going to sign a bunch of executive orders. And Denny wants to know how this will go for him. So let's ask this question. Will Governor Josh Shapiro be a successful governor of Pennsylvania? Will he be successful in doing the things that he wants to do for Pennsylvania? Here you go. As much as I shuffle these cards, I can still get the same ones. It's kind of a mixed bag. He is going to be successful in a lot of things. He is going to be very successful in a lot of things, but he is going to be fighting. It's going to be a battle the whole time. So, yeah, he's going to be successful, but he is going to have some difficulty through it. Okay? He's going to have successes and failures, but he's going to have more successes than failures. But he's going to have a lot of fighting between the parties is going to be going on. All right, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. If you like this content, guys, give me a thumbs up. Please, give me a thumbs up for this, for the algorithm. Not even if it's not for me, give me a thumbs up for the algorithm so that my videos can be seen by more people. If I don't get likes, my videos stay in a very small pool, and only people who are subscribed will ever see my content. So if you like this and think that other people should see this, just give me a thumbs up. And if you like me and want to be a part of my family, subscribe, hang out with me. Be one of us, all right? The weather coming up is going to be very interesting. Not as severe as it was in the last couple of weeks, but we are by no means out of the woods. Well, at least for a day or two. There are still some straight line. There's a big storm in the Midwest. So Texas, Oklahoma, all the middle part, from the south to the north, that whole middle part of the United States is going to be dealing with wind events. We're going to be there's going to be some wet weather events. So chances of snow falling in large amounts is there. But we should not be freezing like we have been all over the place. So a little bit more relaxed on the slip fall type of warnings. But still, Be prepared because there's still a lot of atmospheric water, and wet roads are slippery roads. Wet roads make it take longer for diesels to stop. Please drive the speed limit. Drive safely and don't drive distracted. Okay, and that's a specific message for somebody out there. Be aware, okay? I love you. I love you. I have open availability for readings, guys. So if you would like a reading, if you would like a sachet, a peace of mind on a dime, guys. $25 for an in-depth reading. And for some of my people out there who have had a reading by me, if you would be so kind to just tell people, just put it in the comments on your experience with a reading from me. It is not a cheap reading, guys. It is an inexpensive reading, and it's inexpensive because I want anyone who needs a reading to be able to get one, to not have to save for 6 months to get some psychic peace of mind. $25, guys. That's 2 Starbucks grandes and 2 scones. All right? And you get peace of mind. Peace of mind on a dime. I love you. I love you. I love you. Namaste, y'all. Happy Monday. I love you. Bye-bye.